What's up, guys? Today we're going to be talking about your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man trailer. And let me just start off by saying, I hate it. That's correct. I hate everything about it. I don't think there's anything in this trailer that is redeeming for me. I hate absolutely everything. But the biggest thing that I hate is Norman Osborn is not black. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Like, really? It's 2025. Do we really have people complaining about this? Like, is that really what's taking, the spotlight for some people? Lord in heaven. Nevertheless, from my understanding, Peter has been Spider-Man for a minute, right? So, starting off the trailer with him getting hit by a car, I'm just like, why? Why is he getting hit by a car? Wouldn't his spider sense go off and warn him, hey, there's a car coming? It doesn't make any sense to me. Then when it comes to the cell shading, I don't have an issue with the cell shading. Some people may not like that. I have no issue with the cell shade. It's fine. Do your own thing. But the issue I have is that no matter what type of, stylistic choice you're taking with the show, is that you can't be cheap on the animation. That is one thing you can't do. And it seems that is really the main factor that is detaching people from this show. It's coming off as just crude because it's 3D, right? It's 3D animation. I double checked. It's 3D cell shaded. So I'm like, okay, you have the cell shade. You're not doing anything really with the cell shade. There's no reason for you to have the cell shade. But okay, you're going that route. It's 3D, but yet it seems that they're animating on twos. And for those of you who don't know, it means every 2 frames, there's a new pose. So I don't get that, right? Because it's not adding anything to the show. And for someone like Spider-Man, if you're gonna go that route, and I know Spider-Verse and other films have done, 2D and everything, but you're going to have to give me some dynamic poses. You're going to have to give me some story. There's going to have to be something there. And I don't see it. I just don't. Now, once again, I could just not be the audience for the show. However, I think all the Spider-Man shows, unless you're going like really kids version, I think they've appealed to an older audience. And I think in many cases, if you're going for that teen audience or a little bit younger, even then, one of the great things about the 90s show is that it felt like I was watching something that was adult. Do you get me? Without being adult. It was Spider-Man, but the stories were cool, right? It wasn't like, what are we doing? Like it was some real stuff going on. And I think any kid, especially as they're growing up, they want to associate themselves as, well, I'm getting older. I'm a young adult. I'm a young man. That's what it's about. This show seems like it's going for that same audience, but they're giving us this garbage dialogue and for what seems to be garbage storylines. I could be wrong. I could 100% be wrong on the story, but it's not appealing to me. It's just not. Him getting the Future Foundation suit or what it looks like, his identity already being revealed, or known to Norman Osborn. I hate all of that. One of the biggest gripes that I have is Spider-Man's identity being seen by people. I hated when they did it in the Raimi on the train. I hated when they do it when they did it in TASM with Stacy. I just hate that. It goes against the character very much. I didn't hate it when they did it in the 90s, for those of you who know. Okay, for those who get that reference. For those of you who get that reference, you guys are the OGs. But I don't like the animation at all. But here's the thing, there are certain parts where they do it on ones, right? They do it on ones where I guess he's doing like some type of fantastic feat of some sort. I don't know what that means in the show, but they do it on ones when he's doing a backflip and he's webbing the thing to catch the speedster or whatever. And that's all on ones. And I'm like, okay, that looks good. That little few seconds looks good. So I don't know why they're doing it on twos. And then there are certain parts that look like it's all 2D animation. Like there's this one scene where he webs the what is it called? The staircase, whatever. He webs the staircase down so the guy to go into it. And I'm like, that looks like it's 2D animation, right? Looks like it was hand drawn or, you know, done on a computer and, you know, frame by frame by frame, because I framed through it. I'm like, the posing's great. The motion feels good, right? He's breaking the joints with the wrist. All that feels good. And then there are certain parts that are just like, what is going on? Just looks like slop of him, you know, like there's no timing, spacing going on. It's just pose, 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 and it's just like, it looks bad, bro. It just looks bad, and the animation looks inconsistent. There are certain shots where I'm like, okay, I can see what they're going for, and then there are others where it's like, I don't know what this is, and they try to do these dynamic cameras. And to cover up the animation, this is something I've told you guys about, all right? Don't do dynamic cameras to cover up your choppy garbage animation. Don't do that. Because anyone with an eye, any professional is gonna see that's what you're doing, all right? They're gonna see it. It just doesn't look good because the animation doesn't look good. The scene on the train, I'm like, what is this? It's like stick figure. He's like swinging, he's just like, it's like they didn't even animate him. They just moved him back and forth in the same pose. And I'm just like, comparing that to like the final shot of the trailer where he's flipping and stuff like that, I'm just like, I have no idea. Maybe that's the version that they chose to outsource. I have no clue, but it's very inconsistent and it's a little jarring. It's definitely a little jarring. I'm not a big fan of the characters. From what they see, it seems like there's no soul to this. I like Peter, but everyone else looks soulless. Now, with the whole him being a streamer or something like that, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's not my Spider-Man. We'll just say that. It's not a show made for me. I don't know who the generation is that's gonna watch the show. I'll check it out just to see if, you know, maybe I got all this wrong and, you know, it's appealing. But it's just, it's not there. It's not like, oh, I have to see this. And I'm like, even with the animation, I was looking at MTV's Spider-Man, and I'm like, that animation wasn't like, oh, amazing, but they got the character, right? He wasn't as stiff as he's showing here, and I don't know why he's stiff. It's not like, once again, it goes back to the poses. The poses are ass. You have ass poses, you're gonna have ass animation. So they're not pushing him to the extent that other shows have pushed him with this flexibility and, you know, just great silhouettes. They have it sparingly throughout the trailer, but like I said, it's inconsistent. Anyways, that's my take on it. If you happen to enjoy the trailer and you're excited for it, please let me know why. I'm genuinely curious because I'm not, and I would like to be excited. I just haven't seen anything that's exciting. It feels like a soulless cash grab, you know. And I haven't felt this way. We didn't get this with MTV. Definitely didn't get this with the '90s. Didn't get this with Spider-Man Unlimited. And I'm just, I don't know, man. I don't know. It feels like.
How do you do, fellow kids?
What?
I don't think kids want to see a kitty show unless we're going full Teletubbies. Nevertheless, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to like, share, comment. Let me know what you guys think about it and subscribe. And until next time, guys, keep animating.